Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Nick Push. We're talking Scream 7 theories today. I know it's early, but holy shit, people are already going crazy on this stuff, so let's join the club. I'm going to read an article in a moment here, and it's going to kind of lay out some theories on Scream 7. Before I do that, I want you guys to tell me down in the comments any theories that you have or any theories that you've heard that you think are interesting, because they might, help with some future video ideas and things like that. That being said, let's get right into this. All right, so as I'm pulling up this article here, do me a favor, everyone. While I'm going through this, let me know what you think of these theories. Some of these are theories that we've heard before. Some of these are new, but most of them are relatively interesting. And like I said, it's always fun to speculate before these movies come out. And then also do me a favor, if you like talking Scream, hit that subscribe button because I got a lot of future Scream content coming as well. Just needed a little break after Scream 6. But without further ado, let's hide my face for you guys. You're welcome. And let's get to this article. So, this is from Screen Rant, by the way, just to give credit. And I'm going to kind of gloss through some of these paragraphs, but we're going to read a little bit here. So it starts out, Scream 6 kept fans of the franchise entertained for about a week before they started theorizing about Scream 7. Yeah, no kidding. And as they pointed out, there are many possibilities for who Ghostface will be. The sixth installment in the Scream franchise followed Scream 5's Sam and Tara Carpenter and Chad and Mindy Meeks Martin to New York City, where they battled more Ghostfaces than ever. The film introduced two during Scream 6's opening scene and then three more during the final Ghostface reveal. And then obviously it gets into who Ghostface was. Spoilers if you're tuning in for Scream 7 theories. I'm hoping you already saw Scream 6, but there are spoilers in here. So let's keep going. Let's get to the actual theories here. First theory, no surprise here. This theory has been running rampant, ever since Scream 3. So, I mean, this is, 20 some odd years in the making here. But let's read this. So obviously it says here, Stu is Scream 7's Ghostface. We've heard this countless times. You guys probably know my thoughts on this if you're a returning listener. But if you're not, I'm not a big fan of Stu returning for many reasons. And I've made videos on that in the past. But I do understand why people want him back. And, who doesn't love Matthew Lillard? So I get it, guys. But let's read a little bit of this. And like I said, tell me down in the comments if you want Stu to return for Scream 7. Scream fans will never let go of their Stu is Ghostface theories. Yeah, no shit. But Scream 7 could be the film that finally taps into this possibility. As far as the film is concerned, Stu died in the first Scream with Billy Loomis. Stu had lost a lot of blood after multiple stabbings. I'm getting woozy here. But he still held on until Sidney Prescott pushed a TV onto his head and killed him. Kirby Reed mimicked this in Scream 7 with Ethan, who some also claimed is still alive. Yeah, let's bring everyone back. Let's just have everyone that's been fucking dead back. Chad survived, so everything's on the table, right? In addition, Stu actor Matthew Lillard briefly appeared in Scream 2 as an uncredited background character, seen talking to Scream 2's killer Mickey Altieri. I think he was dating Neve Campbell at the time, and he was just on set. Many have seen this as a passing of the torch moment and are still waiting for the day Stu is revealed as the mastermind killer orchestrating every Ghostface killing in the entire franchise. Like I said, I understand people that want Stu back. I'm going to pull this article up in a second here, and we're going to keep going. But I understand people that want Stu back. I get it. But mastermind? Stu is not a fucking mastermind, okay? He can come back and be the killer, and I know a lot of changes in 25 years or whatever the hell it is, 28 years probably by the time this movie's released, but Jesus Christ, he's not a fucking mastermind. He's not smart enough. Now, if you want to have him come back in another capacity, not as a mastermind, okay, I'll sit down at the table and we can talk, but he ain't a fucking mastermind. Okay, let's continue. Sorry. Bothers me. Alright, next theory. Sam will be Ghostface in Scream 7. This is another theory that was running around through Scream 6. Obviously, she donned the Ghostface costume at the end of the movie. So did Sidney in the first one, by the way. And Sam obviously, has a connection to Billy Loomis, which I'm sure it will get into here. But let's read a little bit. One thing the Scream franchise has never done is have a final girl as the Ghostface killer. However, Sam's story is different. Sam is Billy's daughter, and throughout Scream 5 and Scream 6, she's battled with her identity and figuring out if she is more like her dad than she thinks. In addition, she's expressed excitement about killing out of self-defense, which has alarmed her sister Tara and her therapist. I mean, yeah, it did, but Tara understood it at the end there. But yeah, that's a true statement, I'll say. At the end of Scream 6, she hides in a Ghostface mask in her jacket. She hides a Ghostface mask in her jacket and stares at it as if she's about to cave in and follow in her father's footsteps. However, she stops herself and throws the mask to the ground. This doesn't mean her decision is final, though. Sam could turn evil and become Scream's Ghostface. Okay. So first of all, I like the symbolism of her being tempted and, throwing the mask down and you see the mask on the ground. That's great symbolism there. Sam should not be Ghostface, okay? Can't she just be a badass final girl, or a final girl that, is a little bit different than the final girls we've seen in the past? Why does it have to be her turning evil? Like, she just fucking snaps? I mean, that to me is too easy. That would be lazy writing. And that would be a shock value just for a shock value. I don't want to see that. I like Sam Carpenter a lot as a good guy that has some, temptations maybe, or, doesn't really know who her identity is. She's got killers in her blood, obviously Billy, and then, her grandma too, Billy's mother. But yeah, I don't want Sam to be Ghostface. I think that's a cop-out. Mostly just because I like her as the final girl. So I hope they don't do that. Alright, let's continue here. Next one. Scream 7 will have more Ghostface killers than Scream 6. So obviously we know Scream 6 had 3 Ghostfaces. I mean, technically you could say 5 Ghostfaces, right? Because of the beginning of the movie. So this theory is Scream 7 will have more Ghostface killers than Scream 6. That'd be interesting. It just brings up the things we were talking about before Scream 6. The theory is the cult of Ghostfaces. That is also still on the table. And maybe that's where you get Stu involved. He's not really a mastermind, but he's, kind of running this cult or whatever. So yeah, I'd be down for I would be down for a cult of Ghostfaces. I think it would be different. I think it would be unique. Obviously, it all depends on the execution. But I'm listening. You're bringing it up into the writer's room. I'm listening because I'm intrigued. So let's see if there's anything else here. And like I said, tell me down in the comments what you guys think of some of these theories. Here we go. Ghostface will be related to Sam and Tara. All right, this one I want to read a little bit. The meta Scream universe is twisted, where stories intertwine and sometimes Ghostfaces are related to their victims. Well, yeah, a lot of times. For example, Sam's father was the original Ghostface, but another one of her relatives may also be the killer. This would also add to her already complicated inner conflict about whether she's good or bad. Since the Scream requels seem to be following a pattern, the Scream 7 Ghostface will be connected to Scream 3 in some way. Okay. Thoughts on this? Don't like it. Once again, I think it's a cop-out. I think it's too easy. Not everyone's going to be fucking related to everyone. Okay? We just had another relation with, the relation to Richie, right? And I like the article's saying, Scream 7 could be related to Scream 3. And obviously we know in Scream 3, Roman ended up being Sidney's long-lost brother. I hope they don't do that here. Let's do something else. Let's get away from the relations and, get into a little bit of a bigger universe here. So I don't like that one. I think there's at least one more here. Let's go up here. All right. I'm going to butcher this guy's name. I can never say it. Josh Segarra, Danny, will be Ghostface. Okay, this one we're going to read a little bit. He was a good character, actually. For a minor character in Scream 6, I liked this character. Let's read this. Danny being the killer would be an interesting twist, as those found innocent in one Scream film typically don't come back as the killer in the next movie. That's true. However, Danny would be an excellent choice for the next Ghostface. At points in Scream 6, it appeared as if he were the killer. Danny was the only one Danny was the only one to see Ghostface go after Quinn, and if the film later revealed she wasn't dead, this could mean he was actually in on the plan. And then it just goes on to some other stuff, and that's the end of our article. But let's talk about Danny being a Ghostface. It would all be in the execution for me on that one. Initially, I don't like it because I like that he ended up being a decent guy. There's not enough decent characters in these movies. When we meet someone new, obviously we're on edge thinking, okay, is he Ghostface? Which is what they want. That's why they have these little moments where we question these new characters' motives, or where were they, or how do they know that? I feel like once again it would be kind of like a cop-out, which I've said a lot in this video, but that's what most of these theories end up being for me. I like the cult of Ghostface idea. I hope they go that way in Scream 7. But I'm open to pretty much anything, as long as it's creative, as long as it's executed well, as long as it makes sense. Not that Ethan in the subway bullshit, or Chad getting stabbed 50 million times and surviving. I don't want to be questioning shit like that. I know it's a horror movie. What I like about the Scream franchise, up until Scream 6, most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, it was based in a little bit of realism here. Now you obviously got to suspend your disbelief a little bit, but as far as the killers and the kills and a lot of stuff like that go, and motives and stuff like that, I thought the franchise has done a great job up until Scream 6, where it lost me a little bit as far as the sense of realism. So as long as they execute it well, I am cool with whatever they decide in this movie, and surprise me. Make it a cult of Ghostfaces. That's kind of what I'm rooting for at this moment in time. So, like I said, tell me down in the comments what you guys think. Do you have any good Scream 7 theories of your own, or that you've heard? Tell me in the comments. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you next time.